welcome to this section, this talk show. Welcome to James Okore Technical Institute. I'm Engineer James Okore by name. So in this section, this is a talk show that always holds 3 days in a week. We discuss about unemployment, we discuss about training, we discuss about how you can be able to get a jobs, contracts, and all the rest of them. So today we will be discussing about the main topic, which says you are not permitted to be unemployed. Truly, you are not permitted to be unemployed. So this is a 30-minute show that takes place on Mondays, on Tuesdays, and on Thursdays. So today we'll be talking about reasons why many engineers are not employed. The reasons are many, but today we'll be limiting it to some, like 5 of them. If time permits us, we can get to 6, 7, or something like that. So let's start. So today we'll be talking about reasons why engineers, many of the engineers, why they are not employed. Okay. Remember, when we are talking about employment, we are talking about you working under a company or you working on your own. That is self-employed. All right. You handling contracts on your own. The reason why engineers are not seeing contracts to do, the reason why companies are not employing many engineers, the reason why so many engineers are out of jobs, the reason why so many are still in their homes, in their houses, without doing anything. These are the reasons why we opened up this talk show, in order to show you practically how you can be able to get jobs, get contracts, and be going out to work. All right? Nobody wants to stay at home. Everybody wants to go to work, get the money. Money is very, very, very important in the life of engineer. All right? So in this case, we'll be talking about how you can be able to package yourself, how you can be able to go out there, how you can be able to get a job, a paying job for yourself. Have you asked yourself why so many engineers are staying without jobs and others are even riding so many cars? So many engineers go from one job to another, while others are just staying at home telling you that there is no job anywhere. Can you ask yourself those questions? Now, these things are what we will be discussing about here. The topic of today's program is reasons why many engineers are not employed. Remember, I said that employment is of 2 categories. Self-employment, that is, you are working under you are working on your own. You are not working under somebody, you are not working in any company. You are just doing your own job, just getting your own contract, just getting your own money on your own. It means that you are the director of yourself, you are the CEO of yourself, you are the manager of yourself. So it means that you will be going from one point to another in order to make sure that you get contract of your own. Then we have other kind of employment, which is you working under a company monitoring you, a manager monitoring you, you being directed on what to do. All right, you working under someone. So these are the things that we are talking about. But no matter the category that you fall in, what is important is that you are not unemployed. All right, so you are not supposed to be unemployed no matter what you are doing. There is nothing that you are doing today that if you invest your time in it, that you will not get positive output. So let's start today's program. The first thing that we'll be talking about now is the reasons why many engineers are not employed. One of the reasons are, number one, they are not ready to get jobs. As funny as it sounds, but many engineers are not ready to get jobs. How can an engineer wake up in the morning, go out, brush his or her teeth, eat food, and relax watching television? While others, as early as 4 a.m., they have already left the house, to hunt for jobs. Preparing yourself as an engineer is key. It doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter the kind of environment you find yourself. It doesn't matter where you are staying. It doesn't matter the kind of job you are doing as an engineer, whether you are an electrician, or maybe a professional engineer with certificate, you are not permitted to be unemployed. You cannot tell yourself that, I'm not employed. No, you are not permitted to be unemployed. The first thing you have to do is to prepare yourself. Get ready for the job. What are the jobs that you want to get? What are you into? Are you into electrical wiring? If you are into electrical wiring, then which houses are you targeting? What are your targets of the day? If you will get yourself ready of every job that concerns your field and then fight for it, that's when you start getting those jobs. Jobs are out there waiting for you. For example, if you are into electrical wiring, there are so many houses that are being built every day by day. And again, there are so many people that want to do maintenance works in their homes. So if you don't get yourself ready and go out the field, many of us in our environment, nobody even knows that we are electricians. We are hiding our tools, we are hiding our professions. The only people that know that yes, we are electricians are people that are living in the same house with us. So how can you prosper in such aspects? You have to get yourself ready, you have to go out, you have to get the job. Alright? Now in this category, I will also be explaining to you how you can be able to let people know that you are into electrical jobs. Have you asked yourself, from the place you are staying to outside, maybe from that street that you are staying, have you asked yourself how many electricians that are there? Are they staying at home? Are they watching television every morning, every afternoon? Those who make news doesn't read news. So you don't have to wait, you don't have to stay at home, sit at home. You have to go out for the job. So how do you do that? Number one, make yourself ready, put yourself into, make yourself ready for the job. That's number one. Number two, you have to go out there and introduce yourself. Yes, you have to introduce yourself to people. From the place that you are staying to maybe main road or areas like that or other streets, there are shops, there are houses, people are living in there. You can just make a printout of maybe some certain stickers or maybe some certain flyers or maybe write something. By the time you start distributing from one shop to another, they must have known that yes, you are into this field. One or two, before you can do up to 20, one or two or three must have called you in order to give you jobs. You can start from there. Nothing is so small to start from. Now, putting yourself into a ready mode, being ready for the job, that's one thing. Many engineers are not ready, and that's the reason why they are suffering from unemployment. That's the reason why an engineer will just tell you that, for 6 months now, I have not seen any job to do. For 6 months, you have not seen any job to do. For 3 months, you have not seen any job to do. For 2 months, you have not seen any job to do. For 1 month, you have not seen any job to do. And you are calling yourself an electrical engineer. You have to get ready. That's number one. Then number two that we'll be discussing today is they feel reluctant. Many engineers feel reluctant on a particular job. For example, you will see somebody that just get a job maybe in a company that they are paying him maybe a token. Instead of him to put in more effort and also to learn in the job, he will just be reluctant with that pay. Okay, with that kind of token that maybe they are paying some certain amount of money, he will just be reluctant. He will not like to upgrade himself in order to get a better job. Before you know it, become frustrated. Before you know it, if he's not ready, if he's not putting in positive, that is all his strength into the job, before you know it, they might fire him. Another example is you will see an engineer who is handling a particular project. Maybe he's doing house wiring in one particular house. Alright? You see that he will just be relaxing, putting all his strength in that particular house without even making a move in order to see if he can get other jobs. He will just be going there every morning, be going back home every evening. Alright? I'm not saying that you shouldn't put in your best in the job you are doing, but you have to make arrangement. If you are handling a particular job, you have to be thinking of how you can be able to get another. Because if Actually, you are not thinking of how to get another. What if you finish the job? How can you get another job? It means that you will be staying at home while looking for others. But why so many engineers stay be with so many jobs? Why so many engineers managing so many jobs? It's because when they are doing a particular job, maybe a job A, they will be looking for job B. From job B, they will be looking for job C. I'm talking about contract works. Alright? When you are handling a particular contract, it doesn't mean that you will, close your eyes in other opportunities that are coming your way. You must have to also make out time in order to do what? Get other contracts as well. That's the reason why you see so many engineers, there will be one man squad, one man squad. They will be going to job, only them, without having an apprentice, without having somebody for support, and without even hiring other engineers to work with them. It means that all the job will be done only him. It means that he might not have the time to think of getting other contracts except that one that he's doing. And after that one, maybe the owner is out of cash or something like that. You see that he'll be struggling to get another one, and that's what can warrant an engineer to stay like 3 to 4 months without getting a job. So you have to start thinking of how you can be able to be working on one contract as well as opening your eyes and putting in your effort to get another contract. That's key. So many engineers are handling up to 5 contracts. You see that their boys are working in this one, they are working in this one, they are supervising this one, and you see them being on job year to year without out of job. While some of the engineers, they are struggling, some technicians are just struggling to manage one job. Why? Because they cannot open their eyes to see other contract opportunities that are coming their way. Alright? So this is number 2. Then number 3 that we'll be talking about tonight is they don't strive to learn. Some technicians, some engineers, some people, some electricians, they don't strive to learn. You see someone, he only knows how to do house wiring. He doesn't know how to do CCTV camera installation. He doesn't even know how to do solar energy installation. He cannot do smart home automation. He cannot do motor installation. He cannot even work in panels. He cannot assemble components to work in panels. He cannot work in a machine. And you see that he will be comfortable with that house wiring that he's doing. Remember, house wiring in our country now, Nigeria I'm talking about, is somehow saturated. Why? Because so many people are into the job. So many people are doing house wiring. So if you cannot upgrade, if you cannot strive to learn more, how can you be having jobs every day by day? So many people, if house wiring is not coming, they will have a job opportunity of solar installation. If solar installation is not coming forth, they will have a job opportunity of CCTV camera installation. If CCTV camera installation is not coming forth, they will have job opportunity of building panels, distribution panels, automated panels. If it's not coming, they will have opportunity of building automatic changeovers. If it's not coming, they will have opportunity of doing one thing or the other that is related to the field of electrical engineering. But you see so many engineers, they don't strive. They don't even want to go into there. They just want to be on that electrical wiring that they are doing. They just based on one thing, which might limit the chance of you getting jobs. So you are not supposed to be unemployed. You are supposed to be going out there, knowing what to do. Strive to learn more and put in more to your work in order to be getting jobs every day by day. So the number 4 that we'll be discussing now is they don't like leaving their comfort zone. For example, you call one engineer and you tell the engineer, hey engineer, I want you to come and work for me in another state. You say, no, apart from this particular state that I am, I might not be able to have time to go outside. But this engineer doesn't have a job. He's unemployed. But he is afraid of leaving his comfort zone to another place. The strength of engineer lies on his ability to work remotely in every area that is being assigned to him to work in. You can be here and someone will just call you to come and work somewhere else. You can be in a particular state and in that state there is nobody to call you to come and work there except another state. So you must have to leave your comfort zone to other place. That's the reason why you cannot see a dedicated engineer sitting in one place hoping for one particular job that is not coming forth. He always goes out to look for jobs. You see him going from one state to another. Some even travel from one country to another. This one will tell you, no, I just married newly. I don't want to leave my wife in the house. This one will tell you, no, I have children. I don't want to risk my life in going from one state to another to work. The other will tell you, no. In my life, I have not gone to a particular state because of one issue or the other, so I cannot go there. Mind you, I'm not telling you to go to a tourist area. What I'm trying to tell you is that if a job comes from other states, from a place that is very far from you, you have to do what? You have to go there. You have to do what? You have to go there. You have to leave your comfort zone in order to get a particular job, in order to get a particular contract. Sometimes the contract you get within your own area might not pay you much, but the one you leave your comfort zone, they must have paid for every allowances, your transport allowance, inconvenience allowance, and all the rest of them. Before you know it, you get jobs. Some people, when they are submitting their application letter, they don't like submitting the application letter very far from their comfort zone. Why? Because they always want to stay in their comfort zone, relax, and be watching television without a job. You have to be a hustler, a core hustler, in order to do what? Succeed in the field of engineering. This is a field whereby you have so many lions. You have so many people who work like lions. So many people who fight every day by day in order to get contracts. So many people who fight every day by day in order to get jobs. That job that you are submitting your application to, you know how many thousands of people that are submitting their own. You know how many people that are coming from different states in order to get that job. So if you cannot leave your comfort zone to another zone in order to get contracts, how can you survive? How can you be properly employed? So you must have to do what? Look into yourself. Don't be so comfortable with your comfort zone. You have to go out there and get a job for yourself. Especially if you have so many people that you are feeding, if you have so many people that are looking up to you, you don't have to stay at home every day by day hoping for one particular job to come. What you have to do is do what? You prepare yourself. No matter where this contract is coming from, I'm going there, I'm going to get it. That's the spirit of an engineer. So you must have to possess this spirit. So the number 5 that we'll be talking about before we close for today's show is some engineers find it difficult to network with one another. Can you imagine in your place or in your area, you know that Mr. Okeke is an electrician, for example, and you are an electrician, and the two of you don't talk. What you do is when you see him, you greet him as normal as usually how you greet people, usual greeting. You just greet him and go your way. And you are not employed, and you are not having any contract at hand, and you are very comfortable just being on your own without even networking with others. Don't you know that so many jobs that engineers get today are being recommended by other engineers? Many engineers don't do anything like networking at all, without even minding their state of unemployment status. You see a particular electrician, he will sit at home without doing anything, and the electrician knows an electrician who normally goes to work every day by day, and he finds it difficult to go to that person to tell that person to, please, I need a contract, I need a job, can you take me to your site at least to work with you? The reason why a particular technician or electrician will work in a particular company for 15 years without adding value to himself is because he doesn't network with others. He is very comfortable with that company. He's waiting for them to do what? To maybe increase his salary, promote him. And the company might tell you that, hey, we promote people every 4 years. And for example, if he's earning 14, let me put it in dollars, like $20 per month, he will not look into others' behavior, how he can be able to get another job that can be paying him $50, from $50 to $100. He will be waiting for that same company to come and pay him that token of $20 and be waiting for them to promote him. Some engineers, they will just stay sit. They don't even know the electrician closer to them, or technicians closer to them, or even engineers closer to them. They don't even know what their neighbors are doing. If I will ask you, how many technicians or electrical engineers are within your area? Can you count them? Do you know who they are? In any place you go to, no matter the place you go to, there are so many electricians that are at that place. For example, in my own community, in my own area, I can count of about 10 to 15 people who are into the field of electrical engineering, who you can be able to network with. If this one doesn't have a contract that is doing, this one can tell you, oh, I need hands, can you come and do? If they don't call you today, they will call you tomorrow. If they don't call you tomorrow, they will call you next tomorrow. Before you know, you start getting job. Before you know, you start knowing what you don't know. Before you know, you start getting your own job. Before you know, you start calling people to come and work for you. All right? So these are some of the reasons why so many engineers are unemployed. So you are not permitted to be unemployed. What you have to do is start now. I charge you, start, get that job, get that job. It's very important in the life of an electrician, in the life of technician, and in the life of everyone that want to make good living in the field of electrical engineering. All right? So you have to go out there and get the job. We have so many jobs out there. We have so many jobs waiting for engineers out there. Don't tell yourself that there is no job out. No. There are so many jobs out there that you can just get one and be comfortable with it. All right. I'm Engineer James Okorie, and I have a very good gift for you. As an engineer, as a technician, we run a particular free training for people who are into electrical field. We run training like solar